Well, good morning, everybody. It's Bella here from RachandBellaCrafts in her Crafty studio. Well, it's been a little while, but I haven't been idle. I've been busy doing the 100 days project with Rachel from RachandBellaCrafts, and it's been a blast. So I'll show you that in a moment. But what I wanted to show you was how far I've got. I'm working on two journals at the same time. And the last video I put up, I had so many problems, it put me off a bit. So I'm gaining my confidence again now, and I feel great today. Actually, it is absolutely pouring with snow, teeming with snow at the moment, and it looks beautiful out there. I'm looking out of my window and it looks white. Anyway, we're in the warm and we've got lots to do, lots to show you, and I'll get right into it. So this is about mistakes. I want to tell you about my mistakes. It's all very well showing you the perfections and showing you how wonderful everything is at the end and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to tell you, I've rectified them because it was too big a job for me to do on camera. And I just finished doing this one. There was a mistake on here, and there was definitely a big mistake with this one. So if you're ready, I will show you what I've done. So we'll put that one over there. This one you've already seen. I just want to make sure you're in camera, and I'll tell you what I did. Now, if you remember, this is the topper that we did with Rachel and with the envelopes. I'm not going to undo it all because you've seen it all. If you watch the 100 days project, if you haven't seen it, then go back and watch my last video and I'll show you on there. Because I'm going to take that out a moment because we'll be working on that in a moment. And I have to say, my asthma's playing up, so forgive me if I get a bit croaky and I need a drink. I've just taken my pump, so I should be all right once I get going. Excuse me, but because the weather has been so cold, we've had to light the log burner, and it plays havoc with my chest. So please forgive me if I get a bit croaky, okay? So here we go. Now, what did I do wrong? And probably it wouldn't have mattered really. It's just me being picky. Now I put one strip of lace down there. If any of you remember what I did, because it's so long ago, you probably won't. But it didn't tally with this, and it still doesn't completely tally with this. And it was up there sort of thing. So I thought, well, the best thing to do, instead of keeping your eye going across there, I thought I'd layer this, and I put some more lace down here, and I've stitched. Don't ask me how I managed to do it, but I have. I've managed to stitch right up to there, right up to there, and right up to there to keep the lace on, as you can see on that side, okay? So that's how I rectified that, and that's me just being picky. But this is going in my Etsy shop, so I wanted it to be nice for whoever buys it or likes it, whatever. And so I'm happy with it now. This is what I'm trying to say. So you can rectify mistakes. If you make a mistake with your any part of your work, whether it be sewing or whether you're layering things, just keep going. Find other things to go on top of it. Now, you experienced crafters will know this already because you will have got around those problems. But this is I'm aiming this at newbies, especially newbies to crafting. So that's one mistake I've managed to rectify, and I'm pleased with that now. And actually, it does look rather smart now. I'll put my case back, my journal cover, I should say, back. And it's added a little bit extra, I think. And that will go under there, and that will tie there. And doesn't that look nice? If I wanted to, I could put a bit of lace down there to match that, couldn't I? See, I could still carry on. You could still carry on rectifying things. And I could glue that on there or even stitch it on there. So that's number one mistake. And I put that right. So I'm very pleased with myself this morning. And I thought it would be handy for people to know that you can carry on and make things right. Now, I'll be working on this in a minute, but I just want to show you the second mistake. And this was a whopper. And I don't know if any of you watch Wendy from Wendy's Adventures, Journaling Adventures. Excuse me. She makes beautiful covers, and she always gets them to look, how can I show you this? You'll be using this in a minute. She always gets them to look like that. And that's how I should have done this cover, if you understand what I mean. Because I needed to put 2 signatures in. But what did I do? And I'm not going to do it with that because I don't want to fold it. I actually folded it like these are folded. See, like that. And I couldn't get anything in there. It was just flat. And I've never done that before. And I was away with a fairy somewhere. I don't know where it was. But do you know what I did? And it took a lot of courage. And I did it in the end. And I spent 2 days thinking about it. So what I did, I cut it off there. I cut it down the middle. Sorry. I cut this. Imagine this back and front like that. And I cut it down here. I made another spine. Couldn't think of the word then. Here, and I glued that to that, and I glued it on here with the material. And I did have, because that was black, I had to put white paper on top because it was black card that side, white this side. So that's something else you can rectify. Just cover it over. The lovely thing about journaling is you've got paper, you've got glue, you've got scissors. Just cover up your mistakes, all right? And that's what I did with that. That's what we did with Rach and Bella's 100-day project. And I'll show you a couple of things that I've done with that. I'll show you now. We did, don't ask me what days they are because I just haven't got a clue what day it is today anyway. But this is what she made a few days ago, I think. I can't think this morning. I've just been so busy. We made this day before yesterday. We made franking paper, which was yesterday's, and she's working on the franking paper today. If you haven't seen the 100-day project, go over to RachandBellaCrafts YouTube channel and Rachel will show you exactly how she's done this. I didn't have long strips. I tell you for why, because Rachel raided my scraps. If you remember, if you watch her channel, she took all my boxes of scraps away, and that's why she's doing so many things with the scraps. Well, of course, I had none left, did I? I just had the pieces that I was working on at the moment, which is great, but I didn't have the... So I just made it my own, okay? I did add that piece on afterwards because it doesn't matter on the back. And I wanted to cover... There was a white blank piece of paper there, so I just covered it over. So that's my franking paper. I'll hold it up so you can see the stitching, all right? And that's what she's been working on the last 2 days. These are cute. I made these. That was a little wrap over envelope, and she folded it like this. Go over to Rachel's and she'll show you how to do it. I'm just showing you how mine ended up. That's that one. And I made a little tag to go in them. This is, by the way, the Beatrix Potter new kit that Rachel has out in RachandBellaCrafts Etsy shop. Okay, so if you fancy doing that and joining us, feel free to pop over to Rachel's Etsy shop at RachandBellaCrafts. I'm giving her a big shout out today, aren't I? But there we are in business together, so there we go. And that's what I did there. And all these lovely images are in the Beatrix Potter kit, and I've made these ready to go in the journal, and they're already backed and everything. I'm debating whether or not I'll stitch them. I may or may not. All right. This one, so cute. And it looks harder than it actually is. It took me a while to get around it, but that was just because I'm 73 going on 74 and my brain's working slower. But I've made that to go in there. And I took this idea from Angela Kerr, and I made the little tags to go in, and I put the little ribbon on the top. So that's that. And all these are pockets. I made a pocket here. So there's a tuck there. Put some lace down the sides. And this one has got, actually, if I can open it. Yes, there's a pocket there. And there's a pocket. I haven't finished loading them yet. There should be another pocket somewhere. There, I think. But anyway, never mind about that. There's one here. There's a tag to go in there. I did have that one in there, but of course I made another one. So they're sharing those at the moment. And that's the one I made there for that one. And I put some lovely lace on there. All right, so if you fancy making these, pop over to Rachel's channel and she'll take you along with them. All right, so that was those. So I'm up to date with those. I'm all up to date with the 100-day project. That's why I haven't been recording. So I've told you about the mistakes. So that's what I did with that. And I put this lovely material on here, and I've sewn the stitches, sewn the signatures in. So they're all in ready, and that's the kit that I've just told you about. Aren't they beautiful? She's done a really, really smashing job with this. Absolutely brilliant. They're so lovely. Look at that, isn't that sweet? And I love that page. So that's the other frank. That's the other side of the franking. No, that's the second page, sorry. That's the second page that I did. I'll hold it up a little bit so you can see the stitching. That's the back of the other one. And it doesn't matter if you put up things upside down. It doesn't matter. This is junk journaling after all said and done. You can do what you like. So these, I may come in and I may have to nip over and borrow. Rachel's got some lovely, what's he called? Peter Rabbit stamps. And I may put some on there. I made this out of some, I think that's Polish or something, Rachel said. It's foreign language anyway, so I've made that. Got that idea from Roxy Creations. And these are all photographs of Beatrix Potter, that's her, and her father, and her siblings, I think. I told you all about this before, because I did a journal on Beatrix Potter. No, it wasn't, it was Edith Holden. Ah, getting muddled again. No, it was Edith Holden I did. So that's Beatrix Potter on there. And isn't that lovely? Oh, it's so cute. And I put the fungi, is that how you say, fungi in, because she loved drawing things, as you know. And if you've seen the Beatrix Potter film, which I've watched I don't know how many times, her artwork is absolutely stunning. And the flowers in the kit are all her paintings that she's actually done, that Rachel has managed to get and download. Okay, so I put some lace down there, 2 lace pockets there, front and back. And I didn't tell you, I did actually, what made it thick? I'll tell you the mistake I made. It was because I used card. I should have got it out and shown you. Never mind, I won't do it now, but I used a piece of card. Then I put material on it. Then I did this. Then I didn't like the material, so I put this on the top, and it went really, really, it's like a real cover. So it's really solid. That's not going to go anywhere. That's really solid. It's not heavy, but it's solid. And then that's solid as well because I put a nice piece of card in there. So that's that. And I'm going to be working on that later. So this may be a long video or it may be a short one. We shall see. Now what I want to do in this one, I've got my signatures ready. And I'm not cutting those down because I like those looking a little bit because it can take it. This is quite tall, so it can take it. All right, I'll put those over there in a minute. And what we're going to do today, I'm going to do the elastic in this one. I've stitched the other one in. And I'm going to do, I love doing this. And I've been racking my brains. What can I do? I didn't want to spoil the cover. I didn't want to cover it up. Because when you take the topper off, which is by the side of me here, is a lovely cover. And it's Rudyard Kipling verse. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So what I thought I would do, I may have to put the holes into the word there, but you'll still be able to read, I think. But I'm going to punch holes, and hopefully I'll get this right because I'm doing it on camera. Now I'm going to have to stretch. Oh, I can use my, no, I won't use my pen. Excuse me, stretching. I got my woolly jumper on today, look, because it's snowing. Now, how can we do this now and get it right? I'm going to lose all my things in a minute. I'm going to practice with this, aren't I? Let's move that over there. I don't want to get my head in the way. I'm trying to find the middle I am. Once I find the middle, I think that's going to be about there. That's the middle. I shouldn't have done that there, should I? But it doesn't matter. I'll cover it up. I should have done it up here. So, where's my ruler? This is going to be a bit of everything video, I warn you, so bear with me. I hope you'll stay with me, and let's see how we can get this sorted. I think I'm going to do this by eye, actually. So I need one in the middle because I've got 3 signatures, and it's going to be about there. Does that look right to you? I can hear you shouting, measure it, but... Four and a half. Yeah, that's correct. That's okay. That's fine. And I'm just going to eyeball this. I would say that's about the middle. Now I'm just wondering whether my I hope I'm going to go and get my big shot. The other one now, the other crocodile. Your brain just flies out of the window when you're recording. So if you're thinking of starting a YouTube, just remember it's not as easy as it looks. I could go down a bit, actually. I think I'm going to go there. I think that's fine. Okay, and that won't show because the signature will be on the top of it. All right, so let's find my pen. Actually, I'm not going to use a pencil because it'll leave a mark. I'm going to eyeball this. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush. If you rush, you make mistakes, don't you? Like I do when I stab my finger when I'm rushing to do my sewing. Hope my head's not in the way. You see what I'm doing? I'm lining it up as best I can. That's not too bad, actually. Eyeballing it, is it? I know probably there's more of a gap there, but I'm not going to worry about that. It's only elastic, isn't it? And I've actually got very thick elastic this time, so you've got to get the bits out of there, otherwise you won't see where the hole is going. I'm going to remember now where the look about taking a chance then, wasn't I? Sorry, that was my lamp. Yeah, bits falling out everywhere, but we're getting there, So, sorry, bringing it to me so I can see where it's going. Yeah, excellent. Last one. That came out, I think. I've gone lower on that one. It doesn't matter as long as they're all in together. There we are. Not bad. Even if I do say so myself, doing it on camera. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have a drink. I'm sorry. My husband's a diabetic and he has the heating up, and we've got a wood burning fire going, and of course it dries me out, so my bedroom up here is quite warm, so forgive me for having a drink now and again. Better than coughing, isn't it? Right, what colour shall we use? That's the big question. I think I'll turn it over and have a look what colour it's going to look like on the other side. That's not bad. That's quite neat, isn't it? Jolly good. What about the gold? I'm just thinking if I can get them out. Got tweezers somewhere. I don't think the tweezers make any difference, but we'll try it. There's one. Oh, they almost feel as if they're magnetic. I think it'll be better with the gold. think it will anyway. Right, how many do I need? I need 3, so I need 6. All I can say is I hope that you're in the camera and I'm not off camera. There we go. 2, 4, 6. Excellent. I'm going to shut that up because they're going to end up putting that behind me. Put that over there. Now this is very wide, I'm afraid. Now I'm disappointed with this. I forgot to order some. Do you know, I'm half of a mind to do it with and just tie it. I've never done that, but I wonder if it'll work. Will you forgive me while I don't get my little thing? Here we are, I'm coming. Excuse me, I have a cough on the way. Now, I've never done this with this idea. These are nice colours, aren't they? What do you think of that one? That would show up less, wouldn't it? Now I'm just thinking now, how am I going to do this? I don't want the string to show on this side. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Anyway, let's put these in. A lot going on here today, folks. A lot going on. And this is the stuff I don't normally show you because I'm not usually that confident. Right, I'm going to do the middle one. I hope they're long enough because it's quite a deep. I think it'll be all right. Let's have a look. Oh yes, that's fine. I got a little hammer and I usually tap them in with my little hammer and it stops them being quite so sharp, you know. So let's give that a good squeeze. Hurts your hand a bit, but never mind, doesn't matter. Well, they seem to be going in okay. I love that number on there, don't you? Not sure what it means. I think it's probably a library book or something. I must have had a lot of books. Right, I'm going to turn it around. Bring these down here. I hope you're all well. I haven't asked you. I'm so sorry. We're having a busy time at the moment and we're back and forth looking at houses. We went to see another one. What day is today? I've got no idea. I've got no idea what day is today. Wednesday, I think. On Monday we went to see a house. It was okay, but it wasn't for us. I'll put it like that. Well, that was a bit close, but never mind. Didn't do that one as well as the top one, did I? Never mind, doesn't matter. I'm not going to fuss about it. I was more concerned about keeping the word, wasn't I? And the first one I put in a bit high. It won't notice once it's all done. Now, as I say, I'll hammer those in with my little... They're not too bad, actually. But you don't want them ripping... If I'm going to use this, you don't want it ripping that, do you? I'm just wondering now how on earth... Shall I do it with the elastic and then I can always change it? And what I normally do... I've got to think about this now. I usually do this off camera because it takes me ages to work out how I'm going to do it without showing it on the other side. I mean, I'll show that. I have got some black somewhere. I haven't got any brown, but I'm gonna put this in for now, and then I'm going to... I'm just thinking now, so I'm not going to be saying a lot now while I'm doing this, because I need to think. just, if it was just slightly thinner, I don't know why I bought this. I bought this in Chepstow and I thought, oh, elastic. And I wasn't really paying attention to how, that's what I'm thinking. See, now you've got two ends there. Now, how did I do it last time? That's great there, because you haven't got any there. But I got a feeling I went, excuse me, back in that one. And I think, see, if it was thinner elastic, I'd be able to, always does this, doesn't it? I would be able to push this through, no problem at all. Oh, well, that was daft, wasn't it? I meant to go in this one, but what I didn't want was, and the only other thing you could do, you could tie it to that one there and it would go over like so, and then you could have a dangle or something. But I'm going to take this out because I'm just not liking the elastic at all. So I'm going to leave that for now. I'm sorry about that, but it's giving you some idea as to how I thread it. With thinner elastic, it's much easier, and I have made them before. So if you go back on my videos, you'll be able to see how I've done that. And I'm only stopping because that is much, much too thick. And I don't like it. So I shall be going on to Amazon later. Even in the fabric shops, you can't get the thin elastic. I've tried. I'm just trying to work out now how I would how I could tie that without it showing on the other side. You're seeing me working now, really working now. This is how I work normally. I'm just trying to think, is there some way that I could do this? If I can't do this, I shall move on and do the ephemera in the other one. But you've got to try sometimes, haven't you? The only thing is, I know I can hear you saying, but I would have to do that in place, wouldn't I? No, that's not going to work because there's nowhere for it. No, so forget that. That's not going to work. Maybe I should have stitched them in. Now, this is all about mistakes today, isn't it? So you're seeing the real thing. But if I had, I'm trying to think where my elastic is. Hang on a minute. I'm looking to see if I got another. No, it's not up there. Sorry. No, I can't find the box that it's in. Oh, wait a minute, I got it. Excuse the noise. There we go. Oh, let me show you the difference. Much thinner, and this one is even thinner again, and maybe that would be better. I got this pink, so let's have a look. I've got 3 different sizes here now, so let's get rid of that because I don't like that at all. Excuse me. That's really thin, and you want to be careful if you're using really thin like this. It could cut the material, not the material, the paper. So I do tend to go for this size usually. Should we try it? Are you fed up with me by now? But I've got to do it anyway. So whether or not you wind on at this bit, this is painful, I know. This is why I do it off camera. But this is all about making mistakes today. Now you really got to think, because now I'm just trying this now. I don't remember how I did it once before. Now I've got 2 pieces there, so let's just see. This isn't going to be long enough, I don't think. No, I've got it up there, haven't I? That's not good. Think, think, think. I know I did it right once. That's got to go there. That's got to go there. That went in there. Hope you can see this. So I'm going up here, through there from the back. You will see it on the back, but I'm not going to worry about that. You can always colour this if you wanted to. That's another thing I just thought of. Haven't thought of that before. Colouring my elastic. Wonder if anyone's done that. Do you know, I think we're nearly there. And one of them are going to have 2. I was hoping it would be the middle. How am I going to do this now without it? I remember. Trying to get more elastic and not succeeding, but never mind. See, now that's how I would like it to be, and then it wouldn't be any on the back like that. So just bear with me a minute and I'll work this out. Now I wanted to have it in the middle, but I can't, so it'll have to be in the last one. No, that's not going to work, is it? What did I do last time? I may have had a crossover somewhere. What if I go down there like that? I haven't got enough elastic here. I might have to edit this out. I'm really trying to think what I did last time. Oh, that might work. How have I got that? I got my nails. Sorry. Did you see what I did? I can't take it back out because I won't remember. So I got 3. I got 1, 2, 3, and that one will be hidden behind there. No. I think what I did there last time was, because I want to get them on the back, not on the front. I'm sorry this has taken so long. See now, do you see what I've done? I'll talk you through it now in a minute. Right, let it go now. Whew. That one needs to be the other side. There we are, that's better. Now I know you've got that one going behind, but I couldn't think of any other way of doing it. I wish I could have used the thinner elastic. Oh, I missed one. Hang on. I'll tell you what I didn't do. Here's another mistake. I didn't measure those. So I tell you what Roxy does from Rachel does from Roxy Creations. She'll nip a little bit off there and there. But I have got enough to play with. I'm just going to have to cut the tops off, aren't I? So I'm going to take those out for a minute. I don't think that's going to go in there. Let's find the middle properly. Where is the middle? There. Because I think this is going to be too tall. Let's have a look. How am I missing? Do you know what? This is a total disaster today, isn't it? Total disaster. Don't ask me how I missed that, but I did. But that's the wonderful thing. Now there, see, that's pulling there and that's pulling there. So what I'm going to have to do with the rest of those, and that's how it will be, and it lies beautifully flat when it's done. So I'm going to take that out and I'm going to trim the tops. I was hoping to leave them on there, but no, I'm not going to. I'm just going to, fortunately that hasn't broken. And I shall make, well, I've got my, no wonder I'm getting in a flummox. Is anybody still there with me? I'd be surprised if you are. But this is a video of mistakes, and I'm making them one after the other today. Right, we'll forget those for a minute, and I'll come back to that. I want to tell you about these now. So there's my, anyway, that's in. And I think I might try and colour that with some paint or something and cover that over. Or I may even go and get some different coloured elastic. But that's how it will be. Up that way. I put them in upside down. Hang on a sec. Oh, there's one more there I hadn't shown you. No wonder I was finding things so difficult. This is another one that Rachel made. And that's a tag in there. Look, that's separate. And I'm going to glue that on the back of this page. And you open it up and the tag is inside. So again, if you want to see how that's made, go over to Rachel's 100 Days Project. All right, so I'm going to put those in there. That's going to go in there. And that's going to be up the top now. So I'll have to think about that. So that's another blunder. So we're doing blunders today. So that's fine. I'm just showing you how you can rectify your blunders. So there's no problem with that. I just need to cut off the top of that and then that will fit in there beautifully. Not a problem at all. And that will work fine. Now these, let me put them, it's great having this desk behind me. It's immediately behind me because my sewing machine is on there. And, excuse me. Now I'm going to tell you what these are. I wonder if you'll guess. And there's others in the other signatures. That's the one I've just taken. And it was this. Remember I made another one. This is the first one I made. And this one now is going to go in here. And I think that would be great fun in there. So I'm going to cut those up later. And they're going to be my pockets to go in that one. So that's ready for that. And that's what they were. So I'm going to stitch around these before I put them in. And then tomorrow I'll come back, hopefully tomorrow, and I'll show you with them all stitched in. And I think that's enough for today because you've seen enough blunders, I should think. So have a lovely day and hopefully you'll be back, and I hope you stay with me to the end. And before I go, I just want to tell you that Rachel and I have organised a retreat. Well, mainly Rachel, it's her business. I'm helping out, and so is Rose. Hi, Rose. And we're going on a wonderful retreat in Wales, and near a place where I may or may not be going to live again, because I used to live in Abergavenny, and then we moved to Blaenavon, but we're looking at a bungalow in Abergavenny. So please pray that we're just waiting to hear whether we've got it or not. And it is a bungalow, and my husband's partially disabled, and it would suit him down to the ground with no stairs. So I would value your prayers for that. But if we do move there, the retreat is only literally going to be 2 miles away from where we will next live, hopefully. And all the details are on RachandBellaCrafts videos on Facebook. Junk Journal Trading Post is the Facebook page, and you'll find all the information on there. And so many have already signed up, so be quick if you fancy coming. And it's in Wales, UK. So I know a lot of people from America and places abroad have been disappointed, but it's such a long way, isn't it? So we understand why you can't do it. Some are saving up to come next year because this is going to be an annual event. And also, Rachel has already booked up an autumn one, and she'll tell you all about that on her video and on her Facebook page as well. And hopefully you can contact Rachel and you'll be joining us. And there's so many. Caroline is joining us from Scotland, and Rose is coming from Ireland. So, you know, people are travelling, and I don't know where the rest of the people are coming from, but they're all over England and Wales. We've got Kerry coming, Kerry the Crafter coming. Angela Kerr is joining us. Hi, Angela. And looking forward to meeting everybody. So if you fancy coming along and having some fun, it's a 3-day event and lots of crafting. So go over and see what we're up to, because it's all going to be great. It's going to be fun. All right, so bye for now, and thank you if you've stayed with me right to the end.